Hello and welcome to another episode of Unit of Time Coding. All right, let me get my windows organized here. Jeez. Hey Dracula, how you doing today? I got a new monitor. I need to set it up because I just have, when I stream, I have too many things. There's just too many windows open. My cat's learned this thing. Where he comes to my feet, drops a toy, and then plays with it on top of my feet to try to get me to pick it up and throw it. So I have to stay strong and not throw it, or he'll think I'm in playing mode right now. I don't know. I was trying to make a Docker pun. But basically, uh-oh. Huh. You better Docker right then. Yes, I will try. Hey, what's up? And hey, unit, lol. Oh, and hey, oh, I see what you're saying. You're saying, oh, and by the way, hello. Hey, what's up, Doru? How you doing today? I don't know why I'm trying to kill this, but it's not dying. I changed these over to run on Docker images now. But for some reason I can't kill this. I wonder if just this connection froze. I wonder if my SSH connection froze. And by the way, YouTube, I'm talking about killing processes. Kill it with fire. So this is basically my Docker Compose file now. I just have a proxy image, which I'm right now. I have my GitHub repo, which is building 2 images, and it stores them, and then I pull those down, and then I pull them here. Then I have a network, like they're using the bridge networking mode, which is actually messing up my WebRTC stuff, but it lets them communicate together. Apparently, my WebRTC stuff is not working very well right now because the IP address of the proxy image or container that ends up running is different than the IP address of the actual host that it's running on when it's in bridge mode, and that messes up the WebRTC negotiation in the way that I was doing it. So it always falls back to using a stun server to negotiate. But before, it didn't have to use a stun server; it would just communicate over WebSockets, or it would negotiate over WebSockets. But are you doing remote dev? Like for a job? I'm unemployed right now. Well, I quit my job basically to focus on making games for like 2 years or so. See if I can make it. See if I can make it in the world. But before I was doing remote dev, yeah. I actually had a dream. I had a dream that I went back. Oh, that's what I dreamt about last night. I just remembered. I had a dream that I went back to my old job. And I went back to my old job and I was like severely underperforming. Career break sort of thing. I've always wanted to do this. I tried it right when I got out of college, when I was a lot younger and a lot worse at coding. But I didn't have enough money to sustain it. But now that I've worked for like, I don't know how many years I've worked for, but I've worked for enough years where I have enough money to like take a long time off and do it. Imposter syndrome dream, exactly. Yeah. Also, what's up, Jules? How you doing today? Yeah, it was one of those, but it was fine. It was a fine. It was just a weird. I just felt it was one of those dreams where you feel awkward all the time because you're like, oh man, I'm not doing well. I'm not like doing what I should be doing. I'm very unfamiliar with Docker and Docker Compose. We'll see. We'll figure this out. Oh, force stop the container down. Stop and remove containers networks. Gotcha. Good going through the interviews and taking home assignments. So yeah. Oh, nice. What field are you in? Are you in I guess not what field. What like companies are you going for? If you don't mind me asking. I probably want to use stop. The tab complete got all messed up. Like I type like, or I don't know why that's happening. Back in engineering Go. Oh, that's cool. Nice. Like I'm trying to type compose. Now it works, but when I type Docker, compose, and I type I don't know, now it's not even, that's so strange. Yeah, the new version of Docker is they include it in the Docker command. It's not Docker-compose anymore. Oh, because I'm doing -F. Because you do Docker -F, then I hit tab and it goes to Y. Isn't that weird? Yeah, I think this SSH connection is just botched because I left it open. So now I can just redeploy by simply doing this, and the Docker Compose launches all my stuff, and then my game runs. So that makes deploying a lot easier because it'll just pull from my Docker registry and then launch the next game. But the other hard part about deploying is I also have a on my website. Where are you? Like I have a website, right? And this is a Firebase hosted website. And then I have a /MMO path inside of that. And then that's what the game loads in. And also now it takes a really long time to connect because of that WebRTC negotiation stuff that happens. Like it used to go through the WebSocket and negotiate that way, but now the WebSocket's not working because the IP addresses of the proxy is different than the IP address of the host. So it has to fall back to using, I think and it's hard to prove this stuff, but I think what's happening is it's having to fall back to use the like stun server. I'm just using like the Google one that they use. But I have that's why I have a lot of printouts here. So I need to fix two things today. One of them is that I want to fix the WebRTC negotiation stuff. And then one of them is that I want to fix the, or make deploying the client easier. Because deploying the backend is really easy now. And I could probably automate that, you know? Like I could have a script that just tries to pull a new one every single day or something and then launches it if it's new. But deploying the client is a little bit more tricky. I'm trying to get to the point to where I could have like some CD pipeline. And right now I'm using GitHub Actions for everything. I can show you my GitHub Actions file. Netlify builds everything on push. Yeah, that's how I have mine set up too. Sorry, I'm just trying to make sure that there's nothing in here that's like secret. I won't show you the exact file, but because it's probably like too hard to go through. But basically, like it installs a bunch of stuff, runs my unit test, builds it all, and then it builds it for Docker. Then it logs in to the GitHub. I'm using GitHub for the container registry that they also have. You get like 500 megabytes for free. So my images are each like about 20 megs. So I'll probably have some like pruning job too, for when it starts to fill up. Also, they should just have like a what's it called? They should have like a retention policy for Docker images here. In my opinion, they don't, which is super annoying. I think they do it because they want you to buy their more premium memberships. But anyways, that's just me complaining. But yeah, I log in and then I post setup go. I don't know what that is, but oh, this is the cleanup stuff, I think. Yeah, it just pushes it to the container registry. Yeah, that's the one thing that sucks with GitHub Actions. Oh, is the retention policy. Other than that, I think I think it's pretty nice. Because you get this nice, like, it just shows your workflows. The post stuffs are cleanup, yeah. Yeah, I wish they had a better retention policy. So I'm thinking for the, I think I'll do the client build stuff first, because I don't really know what I'm going to do there. Yeah, I love the format. I wish it was more clear. Where is it? I wish it was more clear. Like, I want to chain this into something else. I wish it was more clear on how to do that. I just don't really know the, I don't really know. Also, I'm glad they did this caching thing. This one took a while because it changed my, my Go sum file. So it had to recache everything. But most of the time, my builds take like less than 3 minutes to like build all that stuff. It builds all the clients. It builds the Windows client, the Linux client, the Wasm client. Then it builds the backend, and then it builds the backend for Docker. So there's quite a lot of building going on. So the cache is really, really nice. Does it in parallel? I don't know if it does it in parallel. Is there a way to specify that? Like it does one step at a time. I can show you what takes the longest. Like most things, like for the normal builds, this top one I had to change. It has to recache everything. Installing dependencies, and this just installs like apt-get stuff. This would be, there's probably some way to cache this, but it's only 30 seconds, so. And then building the Docker proxy takes a little while because I think it has to get new layers. I guess it's just verifying checksums. But it's rebuilding the whole thing, you know? And the Docker server can reuse a lot of that stuff because a lot of it's already built, I think. It just has to rebuild the server. So it takes where is it? Takes 16 seconds rather than 55. So it's like, it's overall like pretty, most of the stuff's pretty quick. But I do want to change it so that the client builds at the very end. Because what I want to have happen is I want the start of the action to, yeah. Yeah, I feel like it's pretty nice. And I put most of the stuff in the make file. So like most of these commands are like, they just call it, yeah, make client windows. Make Docker proxy. Because I feel like it's good to, I want to be able to run this stuff locally as well. So. Hey, what's up, Sammy? Yeah. No. Go for it, buddy. Enjoy your shopping. I'll see you when I see you. All right. Okay. Let's go to log. I just have this one right now. This is my workflow file. Actually, I guess it makes sense. The problem is with the Windows client, it takes a long time to build usually. As you can tell, I copied this from another project. So some of the stuff is different. But I was doing this where I would just I was uploading these as like build artifacts. The clients. I don't know if I like that strategy or if I don't like that strategy. Like, I don't know if I want to put it there or if I want to put it somewhere else. I guess a few ideas I had, or I'm having. One of them is I could have another service which literally just hosts. It runs in a different Docker image, like some Nginx thing that sits on my server as well. Because now that I have the compose file, I can spin it back in servers pretty easily. I could have some other one that just hosts the WASM file and packs it into the Docker image. So now you have a Docker image which just hosts these binaries. Instead, and that way I don't have to put it into my, because I have a Hugo blog basically. I have to copy the WASM to the Hugo blog, then rebuild the Hugo blog, and then yeah, like that's how it works right now. Rebuild the Hugo blog, deploy the Hugo blog to Firebase, and then it's there. It's just right next to it, like in the folder. I have like index.html, and then I have the mmo.wasm file. So I could do that, or I could do. This is the weird thing with like disconnected pieces of software. There's not like a very cohesive way to think about these. Like now, I do like to think about this different stuff though as like functions. Like I think of the proxy as being a function that gets called. So like the MMO repo generates a Docker image, which is the or generates two Docker images. One of them is the proxy, one of them is the server. Then it also generates, and those are like functions that get called on a server. But yeah, I don't know. They're like applications, right, that run on the server. I just don't know how to think about the client binaries. It's like I want a Docker registry, but I want it for non-Docker things. Oh, I want to look at netlify, if I'm saying that right. I thought it was like netfly or something. Netlify. What is it though? What's up, Sebastian? How you doing today? Site deploys. I guess I could stop using Firebase. I could switch to something else. You can host your front end. Yeah, that would make this easier because then I can, would it make it easier? Really fine. A static site hoster with some nice features and built-in CI. Oh, that's what it is? Deploy with Git. I do like this, I don't know what it's called. It's called like Git flow or something, or Git CI or something like that. But I like this concept of how people are organizing their CI systems, where you just have like a Git repo with all of your configs in it. So I like fitting it. I like fitting into that. So this seems very similar to seems very similar to Firebase, except for I would host it myself. And maybe there's probably some extra stuff in here that so I think I have this like Hugo blog. Wonder if I can just pull this in. Jomi asks, Unit of Time, do you stream tomorrow as well? I could maybe stream tomorrow. Oh, they've got a lot of stuff. They've got access layers, forms, edge functions, large media. I think I want to do, some of the stuffs are paid though. It's nice to have everything in one place. Yeah. It is very nice to have everything in one place. That's what I'm trying to get to. But the other thing is I don't want to integrate too tightly with some of these systems. I'd rather have like me write code and then the system call my code, if that makes sense. That way I can switch systems very easily. Yeah, I don't like the vendor lock that happens. Morning, JJ. How are you today? I think what I'm going to do is I have this deploy script right now Where is it? In here, I have this, is there anything bad in here? No. I have this just deploy script right here, which just copy, like literally just copies files to the back end. I could have this also go and like deploy my blog as well. I just have one big deploy script. Because like if you think about it, I think this is how I'm thinking about it right now. I'm thinking about it like this. I have my MMO repo. Then I have my Hugo, or my I don't really know what to call this. I'm gonna call it Hugo. Yeah. I have my Hugo repo. This generates backend artifacts. And then it generates client artifacts. One of those is a WASM. So this artifact needs to get pulled in to some Hugo deploy. So I need to have some other repo that does this stuff. I guess it doesn't need all of that. Or I need to have the Hugo repo be that one. But I don't really want to have my Hugo repo be the repo that like manages all of my deployments. So I have a deploy repo right now, which is where my deploy script is in. I guess technically right now I have this deploy repo. We'll color it white. And it's literally called like deploy. And that pulls in the backend artifacts and pushes them to servers. And then what I needed to do as well is pull in the WASM, pull in the Hugo, build, and deploy. I don't know if I like that though, because how do you really pull in this? I guess you just copy it all. Maybe the Hugo build needs to pull in this, but I don't know how I don't really know how any of this is going to track. How do you, let me Google that. How to pull in artifacts from other repos. Yeah, Hugo's just a static site generator. Pull in, artifacts allow jobs in a workflow and store data once the workflow is completed. Artifacts allow you to persist data. Does your backend handle anything with the game? Yeah, the backend, not the Hugo backend. The Hugo backend's hosted on Firebase, and then my regular backend's just Docker containers, and that's what runs the actual game. Artifacts will allow you to persist data after a job has completed and share the data with another job in the same workflow. An artifact is a file. So I guess I could have another workflow. I could load it to an artifact, and then I could have another job that does stuff to, I don't know. For example, you can use artifacts to save your build and test output after a workflow run has ended. All actions and workflows called with a run have write access to that run's artifacts. Okay. By default, GitHub stores build logs and artifacts for 90 days. This retention policy can be customized. Oh. The retention period for a pull request restarts each time someone pushes a new commit to the pull. Okay. Log files and core dumps, test results, failures, screenshots, binary or compressed files. That's what I would use. Stress test performance, output, code coverage results, storing artifacts, uses storage space on GitHub. GitHub Actions usage is free for standard GitHub hosted public repositories and self-hosted runners. For private repos, each GitHub account receives a certain amount of free minutes. Okay. Artifacts are uploaded during a workflow run, and you can view an artifact's name and size in the UI. When an artifact is downloaded using the GitHub UI, all files are individually uploaded as part of all files that were individually uploaded as part of the artifact get zipped together in a single file. This means that the billing is calculated based on the size of the uploaded artifact, not the size of the single zip. Okay, so there's a upload artifact and a download artifact action. Give the upload file a name and upload the data before the job ends. Download file. You can only download artifacts that were uploaded during the same workflow run. When you download a file, you reference it by name. See, I could do this, or I could have like an FTP server, you know, and like just push this stuff to an FTP server and just like, I don't know, store it there, or like upload it to like S3 or whatever. I'm curious about this though. 1 day and 400 days. When you customize the retention policy, it only applies to new artifacts and log files. It does not retroactively apply to existing objects. For managed repos and organizations, the maximum retention policy period cannot exceed the limit set. All right, let's go look at GitHub. I might have closed it. Man, I have way too many windows. Let's see here. Actions. I guess when I do, or I don't know actually what's going to show here. I guess when I do like I'll do like a software, I would do like a software release, and that would make a release page, and that would have the artifacts uploaded to it. That's probably how it works. I don't know if I like that. That doesn't seem super useful. It also feels very tightly coupled to GitHub, which is maybe not too bad of a problem, but I feel like I want to. The other weird thing is right now I literally copy the data to the Hugo, which kind of impacts the Hugo repo. But the Hugo repo isn't really I don't know. Should the Hugo repo be impacted by this build? Like, sorry, the arrow actually goes like this. Like right now, this is what I'm doing. We'll do red. Red. I copy the WASM into the Hugo repo and then I deploy that. I'm not sure. Let me make a cup of coffee and I'll be back. All right, we're back. My cat's squeaking like crazy. You guys like the slideshow? I added in the new added the new thing in. Come here, buddy. Oh no. I didn't add the Caddy or Girl one, Toru, but I did add the board. I added the board one. That was a good one. The cattier one was, I think, a little bit too suggestive, just because the text. Otherwise, I probably would be fine with it. I'm relieved you didn't include it, not gonna lie. Okay, good. Yeah. Hmm. Exactly. Gotta keep it TOS. Yup. Yeah. I can't get now that I don't have a job, I can't get banned. I can't get the YouTube ban. So I could have Hugo. I could have Hugo and just never change. It just always pulls from some like FTP thing. Or like some other web server. Not really FTP, huh? Some file server, which always has the latest one. The problem with using like latest, the problem with having it use latest is that it makes it less like stable, I guess. This is supposed to say Nginx, but it doesn't really. It's hard to mouse right. What's up, Svekulus? Svekulus? How are you today? How are you doing? I almost need like a. I feel like I might just need to pull a repo and then build it. Like it would be super nice if I don't know. It's very nice that this produces like Docker images and I can just pull those in however I want, you know? But for Hugo, there's not really an equivalent. I guess it makes some HTML and I could pull that in. Like I could build it into a zip, pull that in, and then just overload it with, or override some of the files with whatever I want. I just don't know if it's better to keep it isolated or not. Like keep the binaries separate from the code. Definitely makes it more complicated. And most of the time, I think people want the latest. I don't really know how this stuff usually gets structured. I feel like it's always like pretty haphazard. I feel like there's no right way to do it. I think though we have like 3 binaries. We have a Linux, Windows, maybe Mac at some point, and then Wasm. Right? Those are gonna get produced by the MMO project. So I have to put those somewhere. I think I may as well just upload them as artifacts, but then I have to interact with that API. Because like the next thing that pulls those artifacts down probably has to be, I guess it could be another GitHub action. But I have to store these, right? Like these have to be in, when I deploy the backend, I need to also deploy these so that when the user downloads it, they download these, you know? So they have to be like, because they're very locked together. Because if I change networking on one, I have to change it on others. Thanks for stopping in, Jules. I'll see you next time. But I need to have like a latest, and I need to have all of the tagged versions so I can roll back if I need to. So I think what I want to do is I want to upload these. I want to upload these to some like artifact holder. And I want them to be tagged. So they'll be tagged with the same tag that these are on. So that makes all of the binaries tagged the same way. And then when I build Hugo, I want to pull the latest down. I want to pull the latest down and then build it. I guess you could build with the latest, or you could build with I guess I haven't really thought about how rollbacks are going to work. I guess I could do rollbacks in 2 ways. I could either somehow I could delete the latest, which is probably not a good idea. I could push another one on top of the latest, which generates another thing, has to go through the whole pipeline, and then pushes that out. That's probably the more like consistent way. And then the more like emergency way is to like, you want to just roll back to the last one. Which means I would need to build Hugo with a different tag other than the latest. I just don't know what this is going to be. I feel like it's fine to figure the rollback stuff logic back later, or to figure it out later. I just don't know what to do for holding these. I don't like. I guess we can look at what the API looks like for we can check what the API is for this. Use REST API to interact with artifacts in GitHub Actions. Download, delete, and retrieve information. I guess I just need, that doesn't seem too hard actually. I probably won't use the CLI. I could just use curl. Owner, repo, actions, artifacts. How do they specify what, how How do they specify what like tagged version of this stuff do they want? That was my cat. Jumped on my desk. He's getting big. He's gonna be a big cat. He's the opposite of a teacup kitten. Oh, artifact ID. Actions, artifacts, artifact ID. So then the Hugo blog needs to know what artifact ID to use. Yeah. He's huge. He's like heavy. Like when I pick him up, he's heavy. He's still a kitten. I don't know how long it takes him to be fully grown, but he's like a little lion. I get my workout in just picking him up. Delete an artifact. Get an artifact. List artifacts. So I guess I'd list artifacts. Do they have the date? Name, Rails. Owner, repo, per page, page name. It's kind of annoying though that I really just want the latest one. Or maybe they're sorted. What is ID? What gets returned? Response schema. ID, integer. Node ID. Size in bytes. URL. Whether or not the artifact has expired. Created, date, time, upload. This really isn't too bad. But I just don't know if it list all artifacts. Anyone with read access to the anyone with read access to this repository can use this endpoint. If the repository is private, you must use an access token with repo scope. GitHub apps. I just don't know if it's in order. List artifacts for a workflow run. Anyone with read access or repo. See, it's just it's annoying that I have to like think about like, oh, now do I get like all the workflow runs and figure out the latest workflow run and then get the artifacts from that one. Let's do a little Google. How do you store your CI artifacts? Now we're talking. What is an artifact repository? I feel like I learned a lot from Unit. Me too. I feel like I learn a lot when I Google stuff all day too. Building this large project. It is a pretty big project. There's always invariably things that are like, oh, I did not think that I would need to work on that. And this is one of those things. I kind of did, but not specifically like, where am I going to hold my binaries? But it's a decision I have to make eventually. I'd rather just make it once. That's why I'm kind of like thinking about it a little bit. I feel like I know what I want. I just don't know if it exists. Yeah, that's true. Gotta travel a bit, be back soon. All right, buddy. Thanks for stopping in. I'll see you later. I don't even think I have GitHub CLI. But this could work. This could work as like a temporary thing that I do. Pull request release, repo, archive, no. Workflow. What's the API? What's it called? GitHub API accept artifact. Or is it just API? Oh, this literally just does man, it's really bad that they don't say what order these are in. Like you could maybe surmise that like, oh, ID probably means the latest, but like, geez. Or like the ID number is which like spot it is. I guess I could look at created at time. But it's like now I have to write really weird code. I have to be like, I need to get every single artifact in this repository. And I need to get like compare them all, find the latest one, and then download that one. It's like I feel like this should just be way easier. Let me go get my coffee. I'll be right back. What's up, Omar? What's up, Kai? How you doing today? How are you guys today? My avatar should be in the screenshots. Yeah, I think you are. Some of these some of these slideshow images get cut off. I need to make them all the same resolution. I think the board one was the first one. Let me cycle through. Man. There you go. Oh no. There you are, buddy. I don't know how to pause it, so. Let's do this. I'm gonna Google two things. What is the best artifact repository? What order does GitHub return artifacts in? GitHub, get the latest artifact. This actually might solve my problem. What are artifacts? Well, we can just Google that if you want. An object made by a human being, typically in terms of cultural or historical interest. So it's basically just like I'm such an artist now that everything I make is going to become an artifact one day. When two software libraries love each other very much. I'm glad you added some ellipses at the end of that sentence. Tag nightly. Huh. Yeah, that's the weird thing is I kind of want a specific. Actually, here's what's going to happen, I think. I think when I want to do a new deployment, I'm going to have something that figures out what tag I want to deploy everywhere. So like this latest tag thing that I'm just saying is latest right now, this is actually going to have to be something that gets set in the deployment repo. So I'm going to set the actual specific tag, and then I'm just going to use that everywhere. That's going to get passed into this deploy script that we have. That was a terrible arrow. And it's going to get passed into the Hugo build script. And the Hugo build script is going to figure out what WASM binary it needs to download based off of that, I think. I like that. I think that's good enough for now. It's a little bit manual because I have to specify the tag, but I think that there's going to I'm eventually going to have some like automated get the latest tag sort of thing. And I'm going to have like a legitimate pipeline. Like there's bound to be get latest tag in GitHub. This doesn't give me the latest tag though, does it? I thought. But I don't know. I assume there's some way to do that. And I will do that way. I wonder if there's a way to do it for a remote repo. I almost typed to get the it makes me have to check it out, which I don't really want to do. How to get the latest tag name in current branch in Git. Yeah, this is what I want. Git ls remote. What is that? Oh, nice. Do I have that? Is that a normal oh, git space. Oh, it's look at that. All right, cool. Artifactory is definitely a very good and very sane artifact delivery platform and definitely does not cause severe life-changing injuries when used. Good to know. Good to know I'll never be using Artifactory. That was actually this Artifact. I think I'm actually going to use the GitHub one because I think that that actually works for me for what I want to do. Oh, I missed Doru's message. Kai, don't finish. It's the TOS. I'm gonna get demonetized so fast from you guys. Actually, I can't be held responsible for what you guys say. I just won't read it. All right, let's look at this. No, I want to copy this. Git ls remote, github https. Actually, it's technically, I think I'm using SSH. Where are you? I can never remember what this is. Let me run this really quick. Cool. I actually don't have any tags yet. Oh, hello, Luna. I think I pet my cats too much, and they know it, so they always come running. They constantly want to get petted. All right, let's see here. Let's go back to the docs. Heads. Excuse me. Version sort, git-c, version sort, ls remote tags. I should probably tag my repo. I haven't tagged it yet. Okay, well that did what I expected it to do, which was absolutely nothing. Latest tag. What do I do on this side actually? Mog, make file. I do this. I wonder if I can do always here. Alwazi. Yeah, doesn't have always. Okay, that's fine. Let's see here. I guess let's make a tag. How do I do that? I think it's T. Tag. What's the difference between a tag and a release? Tags are just the repository frozen in time and are a part of Git. You can make tags. Releases are tags accompanied with a binary file and not a part of Git. It's weird I can do release here though. R. How are you supposed to do these now? 000? All right, now let's see if this works. Okay. I need to get this string out though. Let's read this docs. Displays references available in a remote repository with the associated commit ID. Upload pack exit code get URL. 22 shows the underlying. The problem is that I don't want to tag every single commit. So I really need this to be able to get this more complicated. Like when you add an extra commit on top of a tag, it'll add a hash at the end of it. My cat's whining like crazy. Hello, you. It's a rough day, I know. Let's read this. We don't have sort flag. Older versions that don't have version sort are out of scope for this question. Add the dash dash refs. Sort options uses the same keys as get for each ref. As we don't have all the information locally, not all of the options available to us. Just the ref name. Well, this is a long oh, that's it. Okay, I just get to the version number. Let's add a commit. I'm just curious what happens if I add a commit to the end of this. Have I changed anything? I have not. We'll delete this. I don't need these. Okay, so this is pushing an untagged commit on top of a tag now. So now when I do, I'm trying to make sure that when I, because this is going to be the version that gets tagged to the builds. So the version that gets tagged to the builds needs to be something that I can get from here as well. Also, we make version, this will print out the version number. So that prints out 000-1, and then part of the commit hash, which is fine. I just need to make sure I can replicate that over here. Now we'll get the latest tag here. So we still get 000. I guess I don't necessarily want tags. Or let me not modify that just yet. We'll just modify it in here. Yes, we will save it. What did I get for this? This one starts like FD9 and ends 5AD. Yeah, because it's get FD9. Okay, so that is the version hash. I would be fine with just this too. 000-1. It's the first commit after that tag. Because I'm not going to duplicate tags. Get ls. Oh, interesting. This builds the this builds like what I'm looking for. What does a brief 0 do? Oh, that decides how long that the hash at the end is. It would be nice just to get this. I guess I can always parse that out, huh? The problem is the length of this tag, I think, from what I remember reading, the length of this section is dependent on how many commits it might be colliding with. So if you have two commits that have the same prefix section, then this might change, and I just don't want it to ever be wrong. I want it to be like very deterministic. Um, the thing you have to understand is that branches are essentially merely a commit bookmark. The fact that you were on foo branch, oh, okay, yeah. So even assuming that getDescribe would just use the currently checked out branch, if you have a mergey history, there could be multiple paths leading to the same recent commit. getDescribe use. Okay. Another note, you may object that even the third commit from tag X is ambiguous in general, in the general case. getDescribe could just look. My cats are going crazy. Gamers. What's up, Sammy? Welcome back. Give me 1 second. All right. And we're back. Yes, welcome back, Sammy. Welcome back to the stream. My cat was going wild. I had to go see what was going up. I feel like I have to go interact with them every once in a while. Like, otherwise they just come, like, want to play with me. And if I go interact with them for, like, 2 minutes or something, then they go off and play. Jeez. All right. Is it because in general case, okay, this is what we were reading. The third commit from tag X is ambiguous in the general case. Get describe could just look at the graph and figure out whether it is ambiguous or not. Leave out the hash. However, there is nothing stopping anyone from starting a branch on top of the tag at a later time. So your get describe string would be ambiguous retrospectively. That's what I'm worried about. And the cat should be about 1,000 times more important than chat. I agree. You guys aren't important at all. Oh, 1 second. Sorry, it sounded like someone opened the like my porch door. I was worried my cats were gonna escape, but I think it was like one of my neighbors or something. The bottom line is the only unambiguous identifier of a commit is the hash, so it must be there. What get described does is add some redundant and, in the case of a commit number, ambiguous information that makes the description more useful to the kind of spatial racial comprehension that humans orient themselves with within the confines of the Git model. Interesting. I guess I could make some restrictions and I think I'm just not going to worry about it because I don't think I'm ever going to go back and branch off of a tag. And if I do, I might like at that point, if I ever end up doing something like that, I will probably end up, I'll probably would be in the situation where I'm more deploying off of specific tags rather than the intermediate commits that some tags have. All right. I mean, I guess I could make the binary name just have the entire commit hash in it. Or I can make a brief really, really long. And then I'll never have this problem. But I think I'm just going to do this. Okay. All right, we'll do that. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do this. Oh, then we want to do, let me just copy this. Releases / tag. Awk get remote describe.awk. What's this called? It's not saved. Get remote describe.awk. Oh, I might need to make this executable. I have to do. I can just do this. I think I can do like I don't know what it is. Mark executable. Oh, that's marking. Do chmod m. X. How do I copy this? Ah, screw it. I'm just gonna go to a terminal. I don't know how to do this in Emacs. No, no. Where am I? Yeah, here, this is fine. Okay. Am I just like I'm not sure what I'm doing wrong here. Get remote describe. I guess I have to do dot slash. That's weird. It doesn't have Let's go back to this answer. I don't really want to clone the whole repo, though that is an option. I could clone the entire repo. Feels like you may be reinventing the wheel at this point. I don't know, like how would you tag your versions? Is there no sane distribution setups? Well, I need to have I need to track the versions of everything. That's kind of what I'm solving right now. I don't know if you know an easier way to do this. Why do you need to tag them in the first place? It's just so that it's easier to track what version I'm on. And so I can get the latest and stuff like that. Like I do want some amount of versioning. I guess I could store the file names as just the commit hash. That could be an option actually. I just make go embed the commit hash. So it's not super important to me that it's inside the binary. I have for once not a single thought of this. No relevant experience. I really just need a unique identifier, and the commit hash could actually be a better thing than the tag. I'm just worried that if I put a bunch of commit hashes into this artifact repository, I'm gonna be like, I don't know which one this is. Like it's gonna be harder to track. So it's nice when it's like, oh, this is like this is like this 7th one off of version 0. You know? So I was planning to do something like this as the like binary. I have a bunch of binaries that I'm gonna generate, and I need them all to have the same string on them. Yeah, this is like a shortened version of the hash. But this is probably less deterministic. I mean, I guess I could do, what is it, like get describe? Get the latest commit hash. This seems better. Maybe like commit hash would be nice, but it would be nice to have the it would be nice to have the for the tag number as well. Tag com. What's up, Michael? How you doing today? We're doing well over here. Good. I'm glad to hear you're doing well. I guess I think I'm gonna take your idea. I think I'm just gonna do the commit hash right now. So that just means I need to have the version string be the full commit hash. What does this do? Or verify. Here, let me go put my cat. I'll be right back. My cats are very ornery today. They're on edge. Oh, I wanted to look at the documentation for this. That's what I wanted to do. Pick out message parameters. What does verify do? Verify that exactly one parameter is provided. What's a short hash? But shortens the object name to a unique prefix with at least length characters. So the problem is I can't do shortenings. I have to use the entire thing, which really isn't that big of a deal, I don't think. All right. Oops. There we go. Echo rev parse verify head. Oh, okay. I think I can do this actually. Nope. What is it? I don't know Bash that well. Oh, wait a second. I need a parentheses here. That did not work. Maybe it is just the ticks. It's just weird that it's printing that. But okay. All right. So we have this. Now we should get this from here to, let's see here, deploy. This makes it hard though. That's, yeah, on a, Oh, I guess I can just use this. Or let's do this. Because maybe in the future. Oh wait, this is not, sort committer date. Is necessarily looking. What happened so far? Kai had a good suggestion where we could just use the commit hash as the unique string, which is probably the right thing to do for how Git is set up. Using the tag string is probably not as good just because it's a little bit more ambiguous and not as deterministic, whereas the commit hash is deterministic. Git branch R, sort committer date. I think I want to do this. We'll see how this looks. Missing object. Let me do this in a terminal. All right, we have that one. And then over here, we do make version. So we got the right thing. It's just missing object. I think it's this one. Git describe. Maybe it's this one. Nope. Remote. Heads. Do not show peeled tags or pseudo refs. I feel like there's so much to get. Git ls remote dash dash tags. Limit to only refs heads and refs tags respectively. When given, both references stored in refs heads and refs tags will be displayed. Git ls remote dash h used without anything else. Oh, interesting. Okay. I guess if I had multiple branches, they would each show up here though. But I basically want that. All right, let's try to adjust this. Nope, I wanted to copy this one. All right. How do I pull just that field out? Upload pack, exit code, get URL. Simref, sort. Oh, I can specify the ref. So I can just do this probably actually. I could just do instead of that, I just do refs, heads, master. Okay. It was like cut one. Cut one. Cut dash D. One. You must specify a list of bytes, characters, or fields. Must be a single character. I'm not sure. Linux cut based on white space. I assume it's a tab then. Oh, interesting. So you do dash D $. There we go. Okay. I mean, that's kind of a lot of work. All right, we're making progress though. It's somewhat slow, but it's progress. Man, it would be nice to have the freaking tag though. I guess maybe I can add the tag if it's there, and if it's not there, I can, but I can add that in the future. Maybe I'll have like a special artifact repo for tagged things. I'm actually gonna make this it's weird running it when you have yeah, it's whatever. I was gonna say it's weird running it when you have like uncommitted stuff. This should match this. Perfect. Okay, that matches now. What started all of this? Oh yeah, I was gonna have the tag get generated on the build side, and then I just need to have, oh yeah, so now let's do this next. Let's do the, out of the GitHub Actions, we'll build the MMO binaries and we'll tag them like this. And we'll upload them to the GitHub artifact, whatever storage thing. Ah, my coffee's cold. Perfect. I just can't remember why I wanted to use tags so badly. It might have just been a holdover from what I did in the past. It is very nice though to just see. It's much nicer to look at. That might have been why. I wonder if I can. This will be nice though because, whatever. Once I start actually using tags, I can always add it in. Seed a random function with a hash and then generate a GIF cat URL. Oh, that's an interesting idea. And then, is there a way to do that? And then it'll make builds very memorable. Innocuous abdominal retriever version. Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, not to point to an actual GIF cat URL, but to like have my own weird text string. Hello you. Hello you kitten. All right. Let's go to our build.yaml. We'll upload our binaries. There's probably a v3 of this. Linux client, Windows client. I can either zip these all together, or I could do them individually. I think what I'm going to do for now is I'm just going to upload the WebAssembly client because I'm not really using the other ones. I'm going to try v3 and see if that works. With name, oh, wait a second. I need to do this. So this is where I need to use like the version string. I wonder if actually GitHub has that. There might be like a GitHub dot. GitHub SHA, the commit that triggered the workflow, the branch or tag ref that triggered the workflow. Rev parse, sure. I guess this gives you a shortened one, but I'm just gonna use this. This should be the same thing. So I guess version I don't really, I don't know. Let's try this. This is a learning experience. We don't need to be right. All right, let's see what it looks like once this guy builds. Now we wait. I want to see though, in the meantime, I want to look at some more, it might be nice to add the tag and the number of commits after the tag as well. That's obviously very hard to get when it's when we're not in the repo though. What is this? This is get describe. All abbrev. I mean, I could always just reference the GitHub repo to like find a tag. And I can find the commit hash based off of that pretty easily, I think. Right, like you probably do like git describe on a specific tag or whatever, or a specific version number, and then convert that to the commit hash and then look stuff up that way. That seems pretty reasonable. I'm curious if I do, what is this? No, that's the wrong one. If I do git describe, what is it? Hash of a tag. Oh, I must have done just 0. Yeah, 1, 2, 4, E. Cool. So then I can use, so now I can have tags as kind of a separate thing, and that's probably how they're intended to be used. So I can still tag stuff, and then I can use the tag as a, like an in-game version probably. Perfect. This is actually taking a long time to build. I don't know what happened. Unit test is taking a long time. That's strange. Oh well. They're just trying, they probably just paused it to charge me more money. Just kidding, it's free. They don't charge me a dime. Okay. What else? I guess what else could we work on in the meantime? I will need something that does the actual building, that's checks to get the, it needs to download that artifact, the Wasm artifact, and then build it into the Hugo blog. So we need to script that. What was I thinking? So in Hugo, I want to have a separate deploy thing that basically yeah, I guess I want Hugo to do that. The Hugo repo. The only downside with is that I have to redeploy Hugo. I could also have it hosted separately, but I'm just gonna, for now, I'm just gonna pack it into Hugo. So that means in the Hugo, we're gonna add a little add to the build script, which basically pulls it down the latest version. Actually, I might just hard code this a little bit and do something slightly worse. I think what I'm going to do is in my deploy script, this is the one now. This is the latest commit. I'm going to comment this out just temporarily. This is what copies over the Docker or the Docker Compose stuff. Let's go back to the GitHub Actions documentation. I'm probably just going to use curl, to be honest. I might not be able to test this very easily just because I have to generate a key. And And I know I'm gonna, if I generate a key on here, I'm gonna accidentally like paste it somewhere public and then. Actions, artifacts. I guess I need to see where it goes. Okay, I finished. Build complete. Let's see here. Oh, I guess it's in the GitHub Actions, isn't it? Man, this took 7 minutes. That's actually crazy. It took longer to install dependencies that time. I guess it uploaded though. All right, let's see here. I don't know where they goes. Oh, it failed because I forgot I messed something up. This is the annoying part, is that yeah, I don't know why I missed that. CMD build MMO.wasm, I think is what it's called. Yeah. All right. Before this was taking 2 minutes. I don't know if I just changed something which made it break, but all right, we'll try this again though. All right, let's get back to scripting though. This is terrible though, because I have to store this in there. I guess I need to use GitHub CLI. That's kind of painful though. Got lists, get an artifact. So I think the artifact ID should be I think it should be that. I guess it downloads it here. I don't know. Stuff like this feels so like roundabout. I kind of wish. I don't know. I'll be right back. I go to the bathroom though. And we're back, and the build is done. That one took 2 minutes 40 seconds. That's normal. All right, let me see if it worked. Oh gosh. It didn't use the, like, look at it. It's saying, oh, this is the name. Cool. Now let me see if I can find where this is now. Artifacts. Where are the artifacts? Build? Ah, there we go. Sweet. I guess I misread this documentation or something. No. Where did I read this? This is where I read it. Branch get hash. Interesting. Oh, maybe I need to do it in quotes. Actually, it's probably pretty easy to get the latest. This is not really on topic anymore, but it's probably pretty easy to get the latest run. And it's probably pretty easy to just download specific binaries out of that run. But at least this way they're deterministically named, so now I can just pull them out based off of whatever commit I want to use. Steps, vars, outputs. Yeah, see, I guess you have to put in parentheses. I guess that makes sense. I don't think you have to do it in bash though. That's why I did it that way. Let's try this. Let's also make sure that I'm using the right string. Yes, that appears to be correct. No. That's my mic. All right, is there anything else? All right, let's give it a shot. This is the unfortunate life of CI/CD is that everything takes a really long time. Because it's got to run, it runs everything from like scratch, you know? So it's always just like multiple minutes to see if it worked. It would be nice if I could test this locally, but I can't, unfortunately. I could have if I didn't use GitHub for artifact holding though. Maybe that's the answer. I just have like GitHub uploaded to some server that I host somewhere. That makes things easier. Yeah, now we're just playing the waiting game. But now I can pet my cat at least, so there's that. I'm gonna call that a W. I don't know if the token I have currently installed will let me, don't bump that, will let me download my my artifact. I might need to generate a new one. QA can't call you out exactly. I'm compiling. That's an XKCD. My code's compiling, guys. I can't do anything. You guys want some kitten ASMR? There you go. There you go. Luna, no. Don't play with that. Those are my cables. My cats love attacking cables. That was Luna. Luna's got the soft purr. She's also teething, I think, a little bit. So she'll like, I'll stick my hand out to pet her and she just bites my thumb. But she like nibbles on it, you know? I think her teeth hurt. She likes the pressure. Where are you? Summary. No, it did it again. Why don't you work? Ah, you're biting hard. It's also stupid when they bill me. It's like 3 minutes and 5 seconds. They always round up. Oh no, it says 2 minutes and 50 seconds there. Well, that's annoying. But I think I'm gonna call stream here. That way I can slack off on my own time. I won't drag you guys into it. It'll just be more of this. Hopefully we'll have a nice deployment system pretty soon though. And I can deploy a lot easier. I'd like it to be fully automated, but I think we're a little bit ways from that. But thanks everyone for stopping in. It was a good stream today. We didn't get a ton done, but yeah, it's one of those things you just have to spend time to set up, and I want to set it up exactly how I want it to be. So I'm probably doing it in the way that most people don't want you to do it in, but I want to do it in. So you know, a little bit of growing pains here, but it's fine. All right, everyone. I'll see you next time. Have a good one.